I'm here with Grace Fodor from Studio 10 Makeup, and today I wanted to ask her about an extraordinary product she has in 2 colours called Liquid Foil Eye Radiance.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Liquid Foil. Now, I'm a little bit of a magpie. I do like a little bit of a sheen and metal and gloss, but I also know that that can be very tricky as you get older.
It can.
So, how do these work?
Okay.
Can you show me, please?
Yeah, so you're absolutely right in terms of anything that's got too much shimmer, too much pearl, metallic is very difficult as we age because our eyes are much drier. They're crepey, we've got fine lines, it might be hooded. So if you put anything that has a sheen on top, it accentuates it, which is what we don't really want. But it is nice to use and have a little, for me it's just that little touch of glamour, especially if you're going out in the evening. So these are metallic rather than glittery.
Right.
Glitter's really not good.
Right.
In any format. These are metallic, they're liquid. So when they go onto the lid, you get that metallic sheen, but it dries. And as it dries, it stops any crepiness.
Wow, how does it stops crepiness?
Yeah, it just, because it's such a light wash, it almost sort of
tightens
the skin. Yeah,
wow.
And it's cooling. It's so cool.
And is it something you wear on your lid? So I'm in here, I've got no eye makeup on, so I'd love to have a go.
Yes, so, and it's instant glamour. That's what I love about it.
And also, just to show you, there are 2 colours, and I don't even know what the colours are called, but this one is a sort of minky, a slightly minky pinky colour.
Yeah, so they're 2
quite
shades.
similar.
They're very, very wearable.
Right.
Because that's what you want onto wearable. So there's 2 shades there.
One is a more goldy.
Slightly more gold,
right.
And that's called mink, funnily enough.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
The golden one is called mink.
This one is called Sable.
Ah.
And that's got slightly more of a blue undertone, but
right.
both very, very wearable.
Yes, lovely colours.
You can wear very light wash during the day, but I think these are more for
do you think they're more evening
a little
glamour?
bit more evening glamour, or you're going out for a nice lunch or a special event, but a very light wash.
Right.
Or if you really want to brighten the eye, you can just with 01, which is more goldy, you can just put literally a tiny little dot almost in the center of your eyelid, and it just brightens.
Yes. Oh, that's an old trick, isn't it? I mean, often if I'm doing a makeup for something, I'll just put a very pale color right in the middle, and that brightens your eye instantly.
You can do that.
Yeah.
So with this, you literally put it on the eyelid. So something to remember, and actually whenever you're using any eyeshadow, is when you put it on the lid, keep it to the lower lash line and into the centre. Never take your eyeshadow physically into the crease.
Right.
Because what will happen, it will crease.
Right. So just on the lower lid.
The lower lid.
So maybe put it along the lash line and then just blend it upwards a little bit.
Absolutely. And it's got very...
Do we use finger?
Finger, or you can use our double-ended defined brush if you don't want to get it all over your fingers. So this little
stubby one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I like that stubby one. It's called a socket brush. I like that stubby one because it gives you that precision.
Yeah.
When you're blending out, if you blend too much, it's gonna spread all over your eye.
Yes, with the eye definer, I use it for the as we showed, I use it for the socket. Yeah. Okay. So just spread it directly from here onto the eyelid. Do you think?
Yeah. Literally.
So not too much. I'm going to start light because as you can see, it's
so beautiful, isn't it?
Okay.
It's just instant glam.
Oh my goodness.
And what's nice about it is you can put a tiny bit, and as you blend it out, you
get a wash. Have I done it right?
Yeah, you just get this wash, or you can really, really build it up.
Wow, it really is.
And can you feel it's quite cooling?
Yes, it is.
On the eyelid. It's so long lasting.
Yeah, that's definitely an evening look. I love the colour. In fact, I've got some on this brush, so I'm going to put that on the other eye.
And if you just want a light wash,
yeah,
you can just dip the brush. Literally, you can drip.
just go like that.
Yeah, and just do a tiny little bit.
Okay, let's try that. Let's just try.
So I think if you wanted a sort of glamorous day look, so you can really, that's what's so nice, it's buildable, so you can really like ramp it up.
Okay, so that's a very, very light wash, which I think is...
And a very light wash like that makes an amazing eyeliner.
Now that's definitely wearable during the day. That's definitely. Yeah, because that does that thing where, you know, we've talked about before, you and I, how you want lightness on your lids because a dark colour is just going to close you in.
Yeah.
And a light colour is going to lighten you up. Okay, so I've got full-on glamour on that side, and I've been very careful not to go into the socket. And then I've got a very light wash there, which is clearly very doable for day, but I put a tiny, tiny amount. And so I'm going out for the evening. I want full-on glamour. What else do I add anything to that?
Yeah, so, well, what's nice, if you want, you could finish off now with mascara.
Right.
Or, I like this trick, especially if you want to do a quick, easy, smoky eye.
Right.
Now, most women have their eyeliner.
Right.
I mean, hopefully they'll have a Studio 10 eyeliner because it's got the defining shade and then it's got the brightening shade.
Right.
So this is a really quick smoky eye, wearable smoky eye,
right,
using an eyeliner pencil. And as you know, with our eyeliners, they're very, very, very creamy.
Yeah.
Pigmented.
These are great eyeliners.
So they don't drag.
I use this brown one, which is a very intense, quite a dark brown, but not as harsh as black.
Yeah.
It's a very, very...
Black's too harsh for us. That's the thing now.
Definitely.
So you still want that definition, but you don't want the harshness.
Yes.
So these are really ultra creamy, which means you can put them on almost like an eyeshadow.
So do you add that to this?
Yeah, and then
all the way along.
So what I would do this,
yeah,
if you want to create added definition, nighttime definition, is I put a little bit in the, so starting on the top, a little bit on my top outside triangle of my...
What, this?
Yeah.
As a triangle?
Yes. Now, it's got a lot of pigment, so unlike an eyeshadow, so just do
we need a blending brush,
yeah,
don't
so
we?
just do a very light line, and then almost a V is probably better with this product.
So just a line on the outside, not all the way along.
No, just on the outside, and do your V. Right, okay. And then just blend
so I've just done there.
This is the quickest way to do a nighttime look.
Right.
And sometimes if you haven't got your full eyeshadow palette, you can
so
just do it with that.
I did it quite sparingly, actually.
Look at that.
But as you can see, that gives you a very glamorous
and then you can
look.
add in a bit more definition if you want.
And I mean, how would it look if you did the eyeliner all the way across? Have you tried that?
Yes, and I have. But you see, where our eyes become much more hooded, this part of our eye, we get a lot of pigmentation.
Right.
And it draws in. If you start doing eyeliner on the top lash line, also and the bottom, it closes it down too much.
Does it?
Yeah, and you want to keep it as bright and open, but we need the added definition. It's usually on the outside corners.
Yes, I mean, I do traditionally, I will wear an eyeliner all the way across and then I will blend it.
Yeah.
And, but I always put more on the outside. So yeah, this little V trick, by the way, really is so easy. And it's a great way to give yourself that bit more makeup and that bit more makeup look. And then a little bit under the eye, in just the outer corner.
Yeah, exactly. So what I might do is I'll blend that out to do the shadow part. And once it sets, it does not budge. And then I would probably do my top lash line in the pencil as a liner. And if you want to go all the way from the inner corner out, that's fine.
So say that again, you would do what?
Right, so once I've done it, I've used it as a shadow.
Yeah.
I would then go over with the pencil, this is for nighttime, and I would do my lash line top and bottom. as an added layer of definition.
Oh yeah, well, no, that's what I meant before. Yeah, so you would do the eyeliner all the way along.
But I tend not to go into the inner corners.
Right.
Because I think it closes it down.
Right, so you just do like 3/4 of the way.
Yeah, exactly.
So like that. And then I tend to, so I've done very little there. And then I always just slightly soften it. I mean, personally, and I know certainly with my eyes, you know, as your eyelashes fade and get more sparse, even with mascara, for me, an eyeline, the right colour though, in the right texture and blended, does make your eyes pop, doesn't it?
It really does.
So I'm just doing this on the one eye for now. And you see it gives your eye, okay, that one has been left undone, and it just gives your eye an intensity.
It really does.
And underneath. So
it
as you can see,
so much.
And that's a lovely, lovely look. Now I know I've already got some gold, but I'm very tempted to try the minky colour on the other eye.
Yeah.
Because I haven't tried the mink yet. Well, I call it the mink, it's a sable.
Sable,
ignore me. I'm completely confusing everybody.
That was me probably.
The gold is the mink. So I'm going to put some of this because I really want to see how this... Oh, that's got a much more...
Slightly more mushroomy.
Yes.
It's got more sort of blue in it. But they're so wearable, both of them.
Now, so if, for example, you were wearing black, you may want to... Or navy. Or a cooler colour. Yeah. You may want to... Oh, that's fabulous. I love that. So I've probably thrown it by the fact that I've got that little bit of gold underneath it, but it was very little.
Yeah, certainly the gold's warmer. And
I wonder if it's showing in this lighting. I don't know if it is.
Slightly cooler.
But it's can you see that is sort of very gold and that is much more mushroomy. So
they're so wearable though, aren't they?
They're absolutely fabulous. Now, in your fabulous lip pencils, and this brown is such a flattering colour, time to ditch the black.
Yeah, ditch the black.
Just as you ditched the powder blushes, ditch the black. It's not going to do you any favours.
Brown is
and what you need,
black.
Brown, and this intense brown is fantastic. But you also do, which I love, a grey, a charcoal grey colour. Now, don't you think that one would look, which I don't happen to have in front of me, but don't you think that would look nice with the sable? Or do you think the brown?
I think both. I think it's sort of, basically these are my Define and Brighten pencils. Right. I've got two shades. So one is the dark chocolate brown, which you would generally use if you're darker rich skin tones, you're darker haired. But it is gorgeous on blonde.
Yes, no, I like
skins.
brown, yeah.
But generally, you'd use the dark pewter grey if you're fairer skinned.
Oh, would you?
Blue-eyed, yeah. Right. That's sort of.
I use both.
But you can mix and match because they're so wearable and they're so beautiful. If I was doing a stronger eye look, or even you've got stronger eye look, the grey's not strong enough against all the browns that you're using, so I might use this. Right. But for every day, I have to say, and I think especially with blue eyes, I find, sometimes I don't have anything on my lid at all, and I just put a little bit of the blended pewter eyeliner, and it just I think it's very, just gives a bit of definition to your eyes. It's softer, but harsh black lines. They just don't work. And then on the other end,
you couldn't get anything more glamorous than that, really. I mean, that is.
And the thing is, with all of these, and it's classic Studio 10, you can build. So if you really wanted, with this, you could do a really intense evening look. Yeah. Or you can blend it out. And what I like about both of these products, they're long lasting.
Are they?
Yeah, they're long.
So as the evening goes on, they're not going to
they're not
melt
waterproof.
on
I don't like waterproof.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't like waterproof makeup, but both of these are long lasting.
Fantastic. Yeah, well, I mean, I love the eyeliners, and I'm going to.
And then a little trick with the other end, the brightening eyeliner.
Ah, yes.
So this is.
Everything's double-ended.
Everything's double-ended.
Nothing is not double-ended.
Well, I always think if you've got a plain end, it's wasted.
Why waste an end?
Why waste an end? And also, I'm very much about where you add definition, you want to brighten. Where you add definition, you want to lift.
Right.
They go hand in hand. So It's a little bit like the whole contouring story. You're using definition and shadows, and then you're using light. So for me, the eye area, you want wide awake, bright eyes, right? So the inner rim, the waterline, as you age, you get a lot more redness, especially if your eyes are teary.
I do. My eyes go red all the time.
And of course that makes you look tired.
And I think blue eyes as well, I think tend to do that. They tend to be quite sensitive.
Yeah, for sure. So the idea with this, you know, in the 60s, they always put in the inner waterline that white colour, which looks so noticeable.
Yeah,
and it's not
it's
really,
quite a staged thing as well.
Quite a staged thing.
Yeah.
Well, this is a flesh colour that you can do that rim.
Oh, let's.
And it just brightens. So if in the mornings you're not wearing anything, and you're feeling tired and you look a bit tired, you just put that in there.
So I just added that to the inner rim there, and it's a very natural colour. And just another thing that brightens your eyes. And you can see the difference between the two eyes now.
And then the other thing you can do, where you've got eyeshadow on, but if you're not wearing eyeshadow every day, again, using that, you can do this as a trick. From that inner corner, so just literally on the inner corner, just draw a big, like, fat line from the inner corner out, probably a third, maybe a quarter of the way along your top lash line.
Along your lash line?
Yeah, and then from the bottom, just another quarter of the way in, like that.
Oh, really?
And it brightens.
Really? So just like underneath the lash?
Well, because you know what? Makeup artists always put a little bit of highlighter here, don't they?
Yeah. So I'm just doing it here, or as Grace said, underneath.
And it just...
I'm going to put very little there.
And you can actually go quite... You won't see it as much now because obviously you've got... Because we have so much darkness in the inner corner of our eyes.
Yes.
And you want to just lift it, open it all up.
I love these foils. I absolutely love them because I have to say, you know, I do go to quite glam things. Well, I used to before the pandemic quite often, not so much anymore. But I always struggled because I'm not a huge big makeup wearer, you know, and I always struggled, you know, what do you do for a really glam look?
Yeah.
And
but I did develop these because I thought we do like a little bit of metallic and shimmer. But shimmer powders, high pearl shimmer powders.
Yeah, they're not flattering.
They're not flattering.
Especially the powders. Yeah,
I wanted something. And also,
love these. Absolutely
just because we're in our 50s, in our 60s, we can still be glamorous, and why shouldn't we be glamorous? But it's getting the right texture and the right product, the right colour.
Yeah.
And the other thing I love about these, they're instant, they're so easy. Yeah. They're beautiful when you go on holiday.
Oh yes, a nice beachy holiday.
Nice beachy holiday. They're gorgeous
in the sun.
In the, you know, winter, Christmas. It's just instant. Yeah. Instant glamour.
Love
Lisa
them.
Armstrong from the Daily Telegraph.
Yeah.
She writes about these. She
does she?
absolutely loved those products.
Well,
she's written about them 3 times.
Has she?
And she said it's the best, nicest, sheeniest, idiot-proof eye makeup she's ever tried.
Well, they are absolutely
gorgeous,
extraordinary. I love them. Absolutely love them.
And you can wear them during the day. Just a very light wash.
This is such fun. I mean, it's so exciting trying all these makeups. It's really exciting. Thank you.
And then once again, you'd finish off with
mascara. Of course, I don't even have any mascara on. So, you know, you put your mascara on, your fabulous 6-in-1 mascara, and then the eye looks even more amazing.
Glamorized.
I know. Thank you.